Hello, hello again. Welcome to Verbling. Hi there. It's Teacher Oakley back again. Hello, hello. For the next hour, we're going to talk about anecdotes. We're going to talk about it. What is an anecdote? We're going to come up with ideas or subjects of anecdotes, and we're going to actually share some. So we're going to do a lot of practicing English in this class. Welcome to the class, Alex. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. How are you, Alex?
I'm fine too. Thanks.
Very good. Alex, where are you from?
I'm from Spain.
Okay, very good.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Thanks.
Uh, sure. Okay, we're going to talk about anecdotes. Alex, do you know what an anecdote is?
Yes, an anecdote is a short story about a thing that has happened to you in your life.
Okay, very good.
Mhm. For example.
All right, quite a reasonable definition. But let's, just for the sake of argument, and just because it's interesting, let me do a screen share here and let's see what the dictionary has to say. Okay, anecdote, 3 syllables. Pronunciation, anecdote. All right, plural noun, anecdotes. Okay, great. Much as you just said, a short and amusing or interesting story about a real incident or person. Uh, the one thing I might disagree with you on, Alex, is it doesn't have to be a story about yourself. I like to tell amusing anecdotes about my stupid friends. Now they may be still interesting, amusing, or real stories about my friends, but in any case, yeah, they have to be based in reality, but they don't have to be about you. They could be about anything. He told anecdotes about his job in a phrase. Uh, synonyms include story, tale, narrative, incident, because your story is basically about one particular circumstance, one particular situation. Uh, okay, we often hear the collocation amusing anecdotes. There are a couple other definitions which are a little bit interesting, one of which I didn't know. Definition 2, an account regarded as unreliable or hearsay. So a story that is a rumor or gossip. Example, his wife's death has long been the subject of rumor and anecdote. Rumor and stories. There are stories about his wife's death. Okay, so an anecdote could be something which is doubted to be true, in other words. And the third definition here, which I found quite interesting. An anecdote can also be the depiction, the portrayal of a minor narrative, a small story, a minor narrative incident in a painting. So when a painting depicts a story, we can describe that painting as as an anecdote, which is interesting to me. I actually did not know that myself. Uh, okay, let me say hello. Hello, Carmen. How are you?
Hello, Oakley. How are you? I'm fine.
I am fine too. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. All right, we're gonna make a list of possible situations, incidences. What are things we tell anecdotes about? Okay, so keep in mind that after we come up with some ideas, we're going to take turns telling anecdotes about these situations or incidences. I have a few examples to get us started. Um, Hang on, let me pull this back up here. So we're going to maybe tell stories about, for example, a time you got lost. All right, maybe as a child in a foreign city, things like that. Those make good stories. Okay, a clothing malfunction. Do you, what, Carmen? Do you know what a clothing malfunction is?
Yes, I know. Yeah,
Good.
it is when maybe your dress is falling or your pant is open or something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Or you tuck your dress into your panties, or if you're a man, your pants split open in the crotch. Yeah. Okay. Also, those make funny stories. Okay. Maybe a story about a time you ate spoiled food. You had some milk from the refrigerator and you didn't realize it was bad. Okay. Usually an element of tragedy, kind of, in an anecdote, possibly. Alex, can you think of another situation that might be uh, a, a situation we would use to talk about in an anecdote, in a little story?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, think. I just
Mhm.
thought of a good one. Something naughty you did as a child. I like those stories. Yeah, okay. Maybe you were bad as a child once and you got into a lot of trouble. Okay. Think, Alex. Carmen, can you think of if you were going to tell an anecdote,
Um,
what it might be about?
Maybe something regarding money or lack of money, like you ran out of money and you were involved in some situation embarrassing.
Ah, uh, okay. An embarrassing situation involving money. Yeah, okay, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Whoops. Am. That should be N. An embarrassing situation involving money. Good one, Carmen. That's excellent. Very good. Yeah, most of us have such a story. Uh, Alex, have you come up with one?
I'm thinking when you fall down, when you have an accident or something like that.
Okay, actually, the stories about accidents are definitely topics for anecdotes. Yeah, how you broke your leg, how you split your head open. For sure,
Mm.
there's always a story there.
Mm.
Absolutely. Yes, good one. Excellent. I just thought of another one. Maybe a fight with your boss. Those make good stories too. Let's see. Can you guys come up with one more, maybe? Carmen? Ooh,
Um, um,
I can think of another one. I just thought of a good one. A bad haircut.
hmm.
Can you think of any more?
A confusion when someone thinks you are someone else that you are not, maybe because of your surname or some
Ah,
other
okay.
confusing
Okay.
thing.
A case of mistaken identity. Aha. That's how we can say that in English, what you just said.
Hmm.
Right. Ooh, that's a good one. Excellent. Very good. Hello, Michael. Welcome to the class.
Hello, hello, teacher Oakley.
Hello, hello. I'll give you a second. We're gonna share anecdotes. We're gonna tell stories, but in order to give people ideas of subjects for anecdotes, we're just coming up with some general ideas about things that people tell anecdotes about. Stories about, okay, a time you got lost, something naughty you did as a child, a bad haircut, case of mistaken identity. Can you think of any? You just got here, so maybe you need a minute, or do you have anything right now? You need a minute?
But what do you mean by anecdote? Like
Well, dun, dun, dun.
a silly joke? A silly joke, or?
Not exactly. You're a little late. We did this already, but a short and amusing story or interesting story about a real incident or person. It can be about yourself. You can tell anecdotes about your family or your friends. Usually a very short story with a very specific kind of incident or situation that you're talking about. Okay, like a time you got lost, or an accident you had, explaining how you broke your arm, that kind of thing.
Wow. Okay.
Those types of things. Things people tell stories about. You need a minute, Alex? Can you think of one more, maybe?
I'm thinking, but
It's not coming. A time you couldn't think of anything to say. Ooh, that's actually a good one, Alex. You're a genius. That's actually a great one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've all been there. Okay. That's a good one, Alex. Brilliant.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. Michael, can you come up with a subject for an anecdote?
Well, when maybe you had an awkward situation in high school or university, like maybe you wanted a higher mark. Yeah, this is a good one. So you wanted like you was thinking that you would have like the best grade, the best mark, and when the results, the teacher read the results, you had like the worst, and all the class, not all the class, but people who knew you, like who you were speaking with about that, they were kind of laughing because they knew that you expecting like the highest, but got like the worst.
Okay. An unexpected
Result.
Okay, yeah, we could make it broader. All right, you can talk about school or, yeah, anything. A completely unexpected result.
Or in a job interview, for example, you went to a job interview and you like spoke and you was thinking, oh, I am the best, the guy, and after a while they didn't call you. That's.
Or that could go the other way. A job interview that you completely felt you failed, but then they called you up the next day.
Well, yeah, I never experienced this kind of job interview.
Actually,
only
I have.
The other way.
I was shocked. Why are you calling me?
And you hanged up on them.
I thought I was in the Twilight Zone or something. Hello, Ahmad. Greetings.
Hello class.
Hello. There you are. Okay. What we're doing, Ahmad, we're going to tell some stories. We're going to share some anecdotes. And just to give you guys ideas of things, topics you might talk about, we're thinking of different situations, incidences, things that you happen. Often there's some kind of, there may be a little bit negative, an accident, a bad haircut, a case of mistaken identity. They don't have to be negative, of course. Anecdotes can be upbeat and happy. But we're trying to think of ideas for anecdotes. Can you think of one, and then maybe we can get started?
Yeah, some situations we might like overact. or overreact.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's a good one. A situation where you overreacted. Okay, now I'm writing you overreacted, but the truth is, an anecdote. If you guys are shy or something for some reason, and you don't want to talk about yourself, that makes no difference. Anecdotes, you can tell anecdotes about your friends, your family, anybody. It doesn't have to be yourself, so you can talk about when your friend overreacted, when your mother overreacted. That's fine. Okay, we have a lot of ideas here. Excuse me, pardon me. Sorry.
We are all set and ready to go.
We are all set and ready to go. Let's quickly review. So, checking these out, get a couple anecdotes in your mind. We're probably going to have time for a couple stories each. A time you ate spoiled food, something naughty you did as a child, an embarrassing situation involving money, like you're supposed to pay and you don't have any, an accident, any accident, fight with your boss, a bad haircut, a case of mistaken identity, okay, a time you couldn't think of anything to say, okay, an unexpected result, a situation where you overreacted. These are great. These are really terrific, guys. Good job.
Sorry, okay, what is spoiled food? Spoiled food?
Oh, I was hoping you'd ask. Okay. Spoiled food is like rotten. Food that has gone bad. So you drink the milk out of the refrigerator and it's 2 months old.
And there is poison.
Yeah, basically. It doesn't taste good.
The problem if it tastes good and you find that out later on that
yeah, that is when it's a problem.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And actually, we all have anecdotes about eating bad food and what happened, and yeah. Actually, that's a common anecdote topic, really. Okay. All right, let's give it a try. Alex, are you ready to jump in there?
Okay.
Okay. What would you?
I try it.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm. Which anecdote? Which kind of anecdote I have to?
Well, there you go.
tell?
Here's the beauty, Alex. Anyone you want.
I can choose.
Yeah. You guys can
Okay.
choose. You guys can choose the same one as someone took before. I want to give you guys a wide range because I know it's a little hard to tell a whole story. So, yeah, whatever you want.
Okay. The first one.
What's that? Time you got lost.
Yeah, a time I got lost.
Okay, great.
Okay, yeah. It was when I was 17 years old. I traveled to Edinburgh, Scotland. It was an studying traveling, and I went to Scotland to study in a English school in the mornings, and I had the afternoons free to do whatever I wanted. And the first day the first day I stayed in Edinburgh. Well, first of all, I was in a home of a Scottish family there. I was living with them for a month. So the first day, the woman, the mother of the family, took me to the school, and she started to explain me all the things, like the bus I had to catch, the names of the important street I have to remember, and all these things. So she joined me on the bus to the school, to the school in the morning, and she brought in on a paper the number of the bus, the direction, the address of the house, and okay, I took this piece of paper and uh, I was in the school. I took the classes, and when the classes finished, I had to come back home, and I found that the piece of paper where the woman had brought everything. Yeah, I hadn't got the piece of paper. It was lost, so I didn't know what to do because I didn't remember the number of the bus I had to catch. I didn't know anything, the address of the house. So yes, I didn't know what to do. My partners have yeah, they had catched the buses. So I remember I was alone in the street in the bus stop, and I didn't know which bus I had to catch. So I trusted in my records, in my memory. So I get on a bus that I thought it was the bus I catched in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And yes, I got off the bus in a place that that I remember. Yeah, that I saw more familiar. And yes, I didn't know where I was. I
Okay.
was completely lost. I was completely lost, and I hadn't any telephone number, so
Oh no.
I was wandering. I was wandering through the streets, maybe 2 hours or something like that, because I didn't know how to
Great.
speak very well in English, and the Scottish spoke hard for me. It was difficult to understand.
Yeah.
So finally, I went into a restaurant, and I yeah I told the manager, the barman, my situation, and yeah, he introduced me a man that was there. Uh, you know, he was 50 or 60 years old, and how I could, I tried to describe the house where I live, the family, the things I remember. And then he saw me, and he said me, okay, I think I know the place you are talking me about. So he took me, and we were walking about 1 or 2 hours, and he joined me to the home. So he it was a coincidence because he knew the mother of the family. He knew the family, so
Yeah. Okay.
I was very lucky. Yeah, I was lucky. I was lucky.
It was luck, but it's also your skill. Actually, the first thing you should do if you're lost is talk to a bartender or talk to a taxi driver. They usually know everything.
Yeah, yeah. I
One or the other.
was a child. Yeah, a teenager. But I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Okay. The setup, the background, the story, and the conclusion. That was a very good example of an anecdote. If I can give you a little feedback, though, you were on a study trip.
Okay.
All right. Also, you said they explained me and he said me. You have to use to, the preposition to, with these two verbs because they're intransitive. So he said to me, he explained to me. If you want to use a transitive verb, you use tell. He told me. Then you don't need to with told. But with said or explained, you need preposition to. Okay. Also,
Okay.
past tense of catch is caught.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
irregular verb.
Yes.
Catch, caught. Okay. And a phrase you might use, you got there, you got off the bus in a place that seemed familiar. All right.
Okay.
It's a phrase you might use. It seemed familiar. And we can say this about anything. His face seemed familiar. Yeah. Okay. And that's about it. But great job. All right. Nice job. Excellent. Good work. Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much. Okay, Carmen, what do you want to tell us about?
Wow, I have many stories. I can tell you about an embarrassing situation involving money.
Oh, excellent. Oh, good.
So I was at home. I was living with the roommates, and there was nothing inside the fridge. That morning, I was waiting for my roommates to come back so that we could fix some adjustment and go to the grocery shop or something, because I didn't have any money. But the time in the morning passed. I was studying, and after a few hours, I was feeling hungry. And then I thought, there is nothing here I can eat. What can I do? Oh, I know. I'll call to the pizza shop. I mean, to order for a pizza. That's the best option. Yeah, I'll do that. So I called. I asked for a pizza for myself. And I was waiting there for my pizza to come, and someone knocked the door. I opened. It was the pizza guy with a helmet, with that coat and the pizza. And he gave me the pizza, and I was like, oh my God, I don't have any money. That's why I didn't have food, because I'm extremely forgetful about money. Sometimes I don't remember that we need money to survive. I'm completely at that point. I mean, that has happened to me in many other situations. But then it was extremely embarrassing because that guy was in a hurry and I didn't have any money at all. So, and the pizza was there already, and a pizza you cannot send it back. Either you can eat it or it's going to. So I told him the truth. I told him, listen, I've ordered a pizza because there was nothing to eat here, but I didn't remember that there was nothing to eat because I didn't have money, and now I don't have money and I don't know what to do. And then he said, but how have you done that? I'm in a hurry. Listen, we were like discussing, and it was very unrealistic. And at the end, he said, listen, you come with me, and let's go to ATM, and we'll go to an ATM, and you give me the money, whatever it is. And I say, okay, let's do that. I was wearing a pajama, awful pajama, and my hair was a mess, and I was wearing those home shoes, kind of sandals, I don't know.
Slippers.
And slippers with a kind of teddy bear on top, something very ridiculous. And I went down, I wore my jacket, and I went down with him downstairs. And then I realized I was living in a suburb, and there was no ATM. You had to like walk for a while. So I told him, listen, I'm going to walk. I'm going to go to that ATM. It's straight on. You just have to. And he was on a motorbike, well, on a kind of, And he told me, listen, I don't have time for that. You get on top of the motorbike with me, and I'll take you there. And I was looking completely ridiculous because I was in a pajama on top of a pizza motorbike with that pizza box on the back with that guy who was extremely upset, obviously. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, people looked at us. And at the end, we got there to the ATM, and finally I could withdraw some money and give it to him. But really. And then after that, he told me, okay, I'm going to give you a ride back. So he was nice after all. But yeah, the situation was... I just really didn't remember you need money to get a pizza.
Okay, that's a funny story. That's very funny. And you know what? You gave him a story to tell his coworkers when he got back to work.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
In a way, you probably made his day, because I'm sure he was telling that story for a while. Yeah. Okay. Good. Excellent example. Great. Definitely good. Okay. Just a little bit of feedback. He knocked the door. Of course, you should use the preposition. He knocked on the door. Yeah. He knocked on the door. Yeah. And it's not really necessary to say it's a little unusual to say he told me to get on top of the motorbike. Sounds a little weird, like you're standing up on the seat or something. Simply just get on the motorbike. Just get on. You get on a bike before you go for a ride. That's it. You don't have to talk about the top. It's assumed you're on the top.
Okay.
But other than that, okay. Very good. That's a great story. Very funny. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Carmen, are you really that absent-minded?
Yeah, I am. I am. It is a disaster. I mean, people around me, they suffer a lot because of this.
Yeah. Okay. It's okay. I can't, Carmen, I can't tell you how many times I've gone to work, and I'm going to work, and I'm thinking, what did I forget? I know I forgot something. What did I forget? Is there something I'm supposed to bring into work with me? What did I forget? And then I get to work, and people start laughing at me, and they're like, you didn't comb your hair. Your hair's sticking out 50 different directions. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think it is a genetic matter as well. My father was just like that, I don't know. It is in my genes or something.
Yeah.
But sometimes it is embarrassing, yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, excellent. Good job. Okay, Michael, you're up. What would you like to tell us a story about?
Well, my story would be about when I was studying in university. Okay. And I wrote an exam. So before to write that exam, I was like excited because I knew because it was about my subject, like marketing I was studying, and I was like excited to write that exam. And with my friend, who was my classmate and was sitting near me, he was as well like excited. He was like really familiar with this topic. And we wrote that exam, and we expected the higher grades, like the highest grades.
Uh-huh.
And next lesson, when we came and the teacher was reading the grades, like what grades everyone had. So I had like not the best grade, but something like average grade. So it's not the worst, but it's not the best. So some kind of, for example, an American system, I think it's like B or C, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
B plus or B minus, something like that. How do you score there? B and what if you want to downgrade? What do you
A,
put?
B, C, D, F is failing.
But B, and can you
So,
put like minus near B or
yeah, you
something?
can put just B plus, B, B minus. It's basically like 88, 89 is a B plus. 83, 84, 85, 86 is a B. 81, 82 is a B minus, like that. Or 80, 80, 81, 82 is a B minus.
So I think I got
That,
like
basically.
B minus or C plus, something like that, in
Uh-huh.
American system. Like not the worst, but it's not the best. And I was so angry and upset. Like, oh my God, how could it be like that? I was like very angry. I was very emotional about that. And my friend as well, like, oh, what did she do? What is going on with her? Like, mine, why she downgraded us like on this level? And after the lesson, we approached her, the teacher,
Uh-huh.
and we asked her, hey, what's going on? Like, I wrote like everything, all the information, things like that. And she said that I kind of went off topic a little bit, like too much examples I gave, something like that. But I said that this is good, and this from my experience, like I have big, large experience, something like that. Like I overemphasized, and she like, and I spoke with her, so she put me like B plus, not A, but B plus. A
Okay.
little bit higher than the mark.
Okay. So it pays is the okay. Sometimes an anecdote can have a moral, if you know what I mean. Moral to the story, and I would say the moral to the story is: have you ever heard this expression, Michael?
What?
The squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Yeah, and also there is another one like the so you should be like quiet as a mice, something like that. Like opposite of this, there is like another proverb. Like this here's like the squeaky wheel gets, but there is another one like
Okay.
if you want to achieve something in life, you should be quiet. So it's opposite.
Really?
Yeah, here on Welding I've heard somewhere.
I
And it
don't
was
know
like
that one, but I wouldn't, would I? Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I know this. Like if you start to make to ask, like to say, you will achieve something. You'll have. Yeah, I agree with that because I didn't have anything to lose, so.
Yeah, right. Why not? No, I agree with your action. Makes sense to me, but it just reminded me of that expression. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. If you don't make any noise, you're not going to get any benefit. It another very simply. Actually, my grandmother used to say this one to me. Um, simply enough, it never hurts to ask. What are they going to do? Just say no. My
Yeah.
grandmother really helped my dating days, actually. Thanks,
What did you?
Grandma. She said it never hurts to ask, so You know, I wasn't afraid to ask girls out. Why not? All they can do is say no, but that doesn't really hurt. So, yeah, okay. One thing, Michael,
Okay.
before to write that exam, you use
Uh-huh.
an infinitive clause, but it really should have been a gerund clause before writing that exam.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, actually, after the time phrase before, you would never use an infinitive. Before to run, no. Before running, you should stretch out. Okay. Before to brush your teeth, you should put the toothpaste on. No, no, no. Before brushing your teeth. Okay? So there you go.
Okay.
Use a gerund after before. As a matter of fact, after as well. After brushing your teeth, after writing a note, same thing.
So I cannot say like after I brushed my teeth.
No, you can. Now you're putting another noun in there, pronoun actually, before I brushed. Then you got a whole nother scenario there. I'm saying if you're going to use either a gerund to verb, sorry, that's an infinitive to and the verb, or gerund ing form, directly following before and after, you have to use the gerund. Okay. There you go. Ahmad.
Yes.
What would you like to tell us a story? Tell us a story.
Well, the last one, situation where you overreacted.
Overreacted. Oh, excellent.
Mm.
Okay. Very good.
Actually, that person was me. I mean, I overacted once.
Okay.
Well, once upon the day, my friend and I, we were in the campus, the college. We were talking about something. Then, like he said, like he didn't want to go to a certain place that we had decided to go there. So like a conflict happened here. So like I overacted and I got grumpy that time. And like I said, yes, you are like this all the time. You say yes and you change your mind uh, every time. So like he felt guilty and he started to apologize about that. I said, no, I don't want to hear anymore, something like that. So it started to become like a bit silly and ridiculous. So like he wanted me like to put my voice down a little bit because I started to raise my voice. So he said like he wanted to touch me, like to put his hand on my shoulder, and I tried to avoid, you know. So like he tried again, I avoided. So like I made like a distance and I stood. So he stood like to touch me again, and I started to run, and he started running behind me, and he started to chasing me in the campus, you know, on the campus. So yeah, it looks ridiculous. Suddenly he slipped. At that time, I stopped. I looked back. I felt guilty that time that we both looked very silly in the middle of the campus.
Oh
So
my.
I came back to him. I felt guilty. At that time, I apologized. I said, I'm really sorry about that. I will not do it again to you. So I
Wow.
realized that, I was supposed not to do like this. I was supposed to be, nicer to him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. You wouldn't do that again. Okay.
I wouldn't.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, that's definitely an overreaction,
Yeah.
I think, probably. Wow.
Sorry, Ahmad, I have a question, but what was his real intention?
No, what happened probably something happened and he had to change his mind. He was absolutely nice, spontaneous, honest.
Okay.
But to me, when someone changed his mind at the last minute or last moment, I feel like he couldn't bother probably, or he is like careless.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in reality, probably in English, we might say something came up.
Yes.
Shorthand. Yeah, something came
Yeah.
up and he had to change the plans. Right. Okay. Why? Okay. What I don't understand is why was he chasing you? If I would have, if you were my friend, I would have just have watched you run away.
No,
Okay.
when you start just like with 1 inch, 2 inches at the beginning, it is fine. Like he will come forward me or toward
Uh,
me, and I will
I
go,
see. Okay.
go backwards steps, just 2 step, 3, 4, then you start to,
Okay. A
to
little,
run.
a
Yeah,
little cat and mouse game going on.
yes, you are right.
Okay. Wow. That's quite, that's funny. My goodness. Okay. All right. So much for round one. Good job. Now it's time for round two. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Good job, Ahmed. And thank you for laying it out there and telling us about when you embarrassed yourself. Okay, Alex, can you tell us one more?
Mm-hmm. Um, a naughty thing I did
Uh, Something naughty you
when I
did
was
as
a
a
child.
child.
Yeah,
Okay, very good. All right, excellent.
yeah,
Something naughty you did as a child. Okay, go ahead.
yeah. Well, I remember when I was a child, I lived in a village, in a small village, um, and I had a very good friend, and we were about the same age, and we used to play. I remember it was summer, and we used to play the whole day. So people normally in that village, um, like in every village, I think, after uh, half lunch, they took a nap, no, a
Mm-hmm.
siesta.
Fiesta. Right. Okay.
Yeah, and while everyone was sleeping, we like to play. We didn't want to sleep or to rest. So it was nice because the village was quiet, and um, there weren't anyone, so we were free to do whatever we want. So one day uh, we were walking, and we saw a kind of farm which was owned by one of the persons in the village. And then yeah, I don't remember if I was the first or he was the first, but yeah, we took stones. Well, I took a stone, and a small stone, and I throw it to the roof of the little farm. So the roof was so weak or fine
Uh-huh.
that the stone fall, fall down fall down on the roof and made a hole in the roof. So we saw this and we were like, "Oh my God, this is funny." So we took,
Oh no.
yeah, we started to throw. We started throwing stones on the roof, and we started throwing small stones, but we ended throwing bigger ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
so the roof finally was totally broken. It was plenty of holes, and yeah, we ran away. And in the afternoon, the owner saw the mess and got very angry. So he started to he started he yeah he started looking for the guilty people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, and I remember at the following day, in the following day, the owner spoke well, yeah spoke with my father, and he um he told my father that he has some suspicions about myself, and he wanted to know if I could throw a big stone. Well, yeah, he wanted he wanted he wanted me that I took a big stone and I throw it as much far as I can. So yeah, so I thought, okay, if I throw it too far, they are going to chase me. So I'm going to yeah, I'm going to throw it as if I were a weak guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I throw it not so far. So I said, oh my God, this is too heavy. The stone is too heavy. I'm tired. Oh, okay, and yeah, and I thought, okay, I'm very clever. I'm very clever. So in
Yeah.
the following day, the wife, the man's wife approached me and she asked me, did you make this thing? And I said her, no, I didn't. And she said me, okay, if you tell me the truth, I give you some money to buy sweets, candies, and all these things.
Oh
And
yeah.
I said, okay, I did it, I did it. And yeah, this is the final of the story. So
Oh,
I was
wow.
finished, and my friend as well. So
Uh-huh.
yes,
Okay. That is classic. That is, there are multiple morals in that story, I think. I like that the farmer, the husband, just foolishly asked you to throw a rock to see if you could do it. But the wife, much more smart, obviously, we know who the smart one is in that family. Right. Bribed
yeah.
you with candy money.
Okay,
Very good.
would you say much more smart or much smarter?
Much smarter. My mistake.
Okay, I see.
Being-
English speakers make
being-
mistakes.
Being much smarter. Yes, definitely should be smarter. Yes, I'm not superhuman. I do make mistakes.
So I'm happy because I do kind of with the verb tenses I make mistakes. So
Yeah.
that's okay.
Well, we
for
all
me.
do. Yeah, my thing is spelling, actually. What gets me is spelling. And it's really weird. There's a few words in the English language I consistently, and they're stupid words. They're not really difficult words, like the word piece, like a piece of pie. For some reason, I misspell that every time. I have no idea why. It's this weird thing. And sometimes with NG words, or other, sometimes with comparatives, I say more strong instead of stronger, more smart instead of smarter. Yeah, we all have our little blind spots, I guess we could say. That does answer one question I had about the whole idea of siestas. I have always thought, well, when all the people are going to take a nap in the afternoon, what are the 12-year-old boys going to do at that time? That's not good. Yeah, I've often suspected, and now I know it's true. Okay, a little feedback. Be careful of those past tense verbs, please. Owned. Owned, not owned. Wrong. Owned is wrong. Owned.
Owned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, past tense of throw is threw. So you, past tense in the story, you threw it onto the roof. Onto. When you're actually thinking about a direction, which, if you're putting something which is higher than you are, then that's what the time when we use the preposition onto. You climb onto the roof of your house because it's higher than you are to begin with. That's the time actually when you use that preposition. Okay, and the farmer went looking for the guilty people. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that phrase. Just a common phrase couple phrases or words you may use. He went looking for the guilty party. All right. We use that collocation. Who is the guilty party? Who did it? We don't know if it's one person or more than one person. We say the guilty party. That's a common collocation, as well as you might say he went looking, and this is the word that actually American cops use. He went looking for the perpetrators. So if you guys are ever watching American cop movies or television shows, they often use the slang perps. They refer to the people that they caught as the perps, which is short slang for perpetrators. Okay. And he asked you to throw it. You said as much far as I can. It should be as I could, because it's past tense. Past tense of can is could. And also you don't need much. You don't need to say as much far. Just as far. Really, as far as I could. Okay? And I could. Okay. That was kind of interesting. Might have to try this class again sometime. Sorry, I actually ran out of time before I could hear some more great stories from you guys. I'm sorry about that. But I have to go because I have to start another verbling class again. It's Saturday, and I have like 6 verbling classes today, and 1 more to go. So bye for now.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you
Bye.
very much.
Bye. Thank you.